Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. I've never babysitted anyone, so if any of you has, could you please tell us in the comment section how often you met a Karen? This one's from user Donia Lag. Grandma Karen calls police and CPS on me for assaulting her grandchild. I colored her hair pink. I've been babysitting two little girls, 3 and 5, for over a year now. I know their parents since I was a child. I'm 21 now, and we get along very well. A month ago, I decided to dye my hair in a red-brownish color. When I babysat them, they loved it. Their parents are quite okay with little girls playing with makeup and fashion. So when I was done babysitting, I asked the mom if I could bring some fun fashion things to play with them the next time. That next time was last week. When I got there, I opened my beauty case and showed them what I got. Necklaces, costumes, hair ties, makeup, frozen perfume, and pink hair dye. I asked both of their parents if it was okay for me to dye their hair pink, since it's their favorite color. I informed them that it was temporary hair dye designed for kids and it could be washed out immediately. So it was pretty much harmless. The parents laughed a bit with me and told me it was fine, but they specifically asked me to put them in a bath without washing their hair. I guess they wanted to see it the next morning? They said goodbye and told me that Crazy Butt, Grandma, would come home around midnight to pay me la-di-da-di-da. Some amazing haute couture hours later, the doorbell rang. It was only around 9 p.m. and the girls were still awake. I put them in their bathrobes and night diapers. I was getting them ready for bed, and put them in front of the TV and went to open the door. It was Grandma Karen. She was almost 3 hours early. Without even saying hello, she entered, almost knocked me over while walking to the living room. She opened her purse to get a €50 bill. As soon as she wanted to hand me the bill, she sees their pink hair and lost her damn marbles. She starts with, "What in Jesus and Mary have you done to my babies?" Which I reply, oh, don't worry, we just played fashionistas. It's okay, it can be washed up. She cuts me off and runs to the girls and starts screaming hysterically. "What has she done to your beautiful golden hair?" I try to put her at ease. "Ma'am, it's okay. Mom and Dad know about, cuts me off again and snaps back, "Shut up! Who do you even think you are? Just come here and assault my babies." And then proceeds to scream at me for a couple more minutes. "This is child abuse. I'm calling the police on you, you effing child molester." Okay, so at this point I started to freak out. Even though I knew I didn't do anything wrong, the thought of being interrogated made me almost crap my pants. She freaking held me hostage in the living room while continuing her screaming and moaning. She even wrinkled the €50 bill like toilet paper and shoved it down her pocket. Curse words after curse words left her mouth. "Oh my god, I can't believe Mom would even hire someone like you. You probably have a criminal record, don't you? I hope you freaking get 20 years in prison, you racist slur. You ruined my baby's life. You traumatized them. This is child abuse. The police are on their way." Evil smirk. "You will never find a job again. Oh babies, did she hurt you? She did, didn't she? Oh my god, did she also cut it?" I didn't. "You've probably been assaulting them for months now, huh?" Think about the most Karen you know. Double her age and shorten her hair. That was what I had to deal with for almost half an hour. Oh, and she also said that me coloring my hair like a floozy was a bad influence for kids in general? Anyways, I was able to text the parents during her rant. They arrived not too long after the police and a CPS officer. You can only imagine how they reacted, lol, but they couldn't leave until the parents arrived to make sure everything was okay. Officers left. Mom and Dad freaked out. They kept apologizing to me. Mind you, this was happening all in front of the girls because Grandma Karen didn't let me put him in bed. Not only did she give me the most violent verbal attack I have ever seen, she also ruined the parents' date night. When I left to go home, I started crying, LMAO. But hey, I got paid double that night and the girl's hair looked fabulous. P.S. Since she lied about me assaulting the girls and verbally attacked me, I can charge her for it. Police officer gave me his number to contact him if I wanted to. Should I though? I really want to put her in her place, but that would affect the parents and I love them so much. Aw man, that woman sounds so obnoxious. She sounds even more annoying than how I made her sound, and I tried my best doing my annoying voice. So at this point, what would you recommend OP to do? Should she report her? Should she never babysit again? What would it be for you guys? While we think about that, let's take a look at the top 3 community comments that she got, and then we're gonna move on with an update to see what happened afterwards. Bansit Air 13 says, "Do it! Charge her! Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Maybe she'll think twice next time." OP responds, "I just feel like that would affect the entire family though. I don't want the parents to suffer since they haven't done anything wrong. I'm in a dilemma. Sad face." Luck of the Draw 34 says, "Yes, she called you racial slurs, threatened you, and kept you there, not allowing you to leave. Hello, kidnapping charge. Just because she's their grandmother doesn't mean that she gets a free pass to act like an a-hole." MTF Jody says, "She verbally abused you for no reason and risked preventing you from ever working with children ever again. She nearly ruined your life because you did something you agreed to and that didn't affect her, and that she wasn't present to agree. It's like buying an ice cream from a shop and then the shopkeeper's son stabs you because you started to eat it. That would be murder. This would be verbal abuse and attempting to pervert the course of justice. In addition to hoax calling emergency services, lying to officers, and a smidgen of child abuse by exposing them to a traumatic situation. OP, if I was in your position, I'd probably call that cop and ask him how I can charge her because I would not allow her to get away with that at all. Who the hell does she think she is? Particularly name calling you and all that stuff. Also, she's not a parent and she's not the one that hired you. So if she had a problem with anything that you did, instead of calling the cops or CPS, she should have called the parents. But no, she had to call the police. Well, now let her face the consequences of what she did. But of course, that's what I would have done in your shoes. Now, let's take a look at the update to see what OP ended up doing. Since the bug happened, I haven't seen them that much, but I have been babysitting a little the last couple of weeks. She happened to be at home when I went some weeks ago and she gave me some ugly death stares. Like, haha B, I win. This triggered me, lol, so I called the officer back and went to the police station. The decision has been made. So I went to the police station some days ago with the parents after I gave the officer another call. He and his colleague, they always work with 2, explained to me what the outcome was going to be of every choice I could make. So basically, I could do 3 things. 1, charge her. 2, ignore it and let it be. Or 3, give her a formal warning. Now, obviously, I wasn't going for 2. That would be kinda dumb considering the anxiety she gave me for an entire night. But I also didn't choose number 1. Now, before you kill me for not going with the charge, please let me explain. The officer explained to me that considering her record is very clean, some vehicle issues only, the charge wouldn't give me what I wanted, which is a sentencing. He told me that if I brought this case to court, the maximum she would get is a couple thousands in psychological damage thingy. I don't remember what it's called. That money that she doesn't have would eventually be paid by the parents. I would have never taken that money. If she could pay for it by herself, your girl would be drowning in money now. Then he explained what a formal warning is. They would knock on her door and tell her that the victim, me, had complaint. All the complaints, racial slurs, death threats, etc., will now be on her record under official warning or something. As soon as somebody else decides to charge her with similar things, that official warning will aggravate, if that's the right term, her charge, and adding them up would most likely end up in a prison sentence. That is what I want. Now, since Karens most likely don't change their behavior for authorities, she will eventually dig her own grave by forgetting her official warning. The parents 100% supported this decision. I'm giving it some months and let karma do her work. Now that everybody has to wear a mask outside, I will just take a guess and say she will probably fight some poor retail worker over the mask. You know, as Karens have been doing since the beginning of this lockdown. Police will be called and boom, an arrest. Oh, and the girls just started school. And guess what? They went with blue highlights. Mwahahaha. Thanks to everybody for the support. If it wasn't because of you, I probably wouldn't have called the officer back. XOXO. Well, OP, I gotta say, I probably would have handled it differently than you, but since you figured out everything you had to do and what the implications were, then good for you for choosing that option. Hopefully, like you say, a Karen doesn't change her stripes. She will surely mess up in the future, and what you've done will just help her get some time off. Thanks for sharing your story, OP, and keep up the good work with the girl's hair. Take care. And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and click like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, here are more videos from my channel that you might enjoy. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the next video.